Hey everyone, welcome back to the Uptime. I'm your host Jemiah Sias, and I'm here with the latest and greatest updates about all things New Relic. For the second year, New Relic has dug into the data to understand how we think, work, and even feel about observability, and published what we learned in our Observability Forecast report. This year's report is the largest observability survey the industry has ever seen. And we've even made the raw data available for public download. This year we surveyed over 1,600 IT practitioners and decision makers from across the globe and industries, asking them everything from serverless, synthetics, and security monitoring to all the buzzworthy topics like 5G, AI, Web3, and blockchain. The absolutely free report, free like beer, not like puppies, is available for download as a PDF, and at 80 pages is way more than I can cover here. What I will share is there are some surprising insights, including the fact that regardless about how we feel about our monitoring and observability, our implementations are anywhere close from being there yet. For example, the vast majority of respondents have only implemented 3 practices identified as being critical for observability success. You really ought to download the full report and see what else is in there. It should be a quick read. Data Plus is a new data option. Okay, it came out in April, so it's newish, but it's a new data option that combines New Relic's most advanced capabilities with security, scalability, and performance. But just because something has been out for a hot minute doesn't mean we're not always looking for ways to make it better. In that spirit, Data Plus has 2 new enhancements that are worth mentioning. The first is increased query durations. Devs tend to think that query optimization is someone else's problem, and it's usually the DBA. Combine that with the huge volume of data our customers send into New Relic, and we had to draw the line, or else custom queries would be laying around like my cat Nurgle in the afternoon sunshine. But with our customers sending us petabytes of data each day, we realized we needed to move that line a little. Customers with Data Plus can now take up to 10 times the maximum time duration per query. Specifically, regular Nurgle queries can now take up to 2 minutes and 10 minutes via asynchronous NERD grab queries. But once you've queried that data, what do you do with it? Of course, you can display it in a dashboard or feed it into an alert, but there are times when you need to take that data and smack it around as if you could smell what the rock was cooking. Which is why you can now export Nurgle queries via NERD graph and push them into JSON files. Check the show notes for more details around Data Plus and extended query durations. One of the challenges that developers face is building, maintaining, and supporting up-to-date infrastructure, while also dealing with ad hoc internal development needs. Self-service infrastructure for developers can solve this problem, but can be a massive headache to implement and manage. Wayscript is one way dev teams overcome that challenge. Wayscript is an internal development platform that provides instant cloud-hosted containers you can use for things like setting up microservices, building and hosting full-fledged apps, or executing standalone scripts via cron or other triggers. And now New Relic and Wayscript have built an integration that lets you quickly create a development environment and automatically monitor it with a suite of observability tools. With this new integration, you can auto-initialize New Relic to configure APM agents, log forwarding, and more during the initial workspace setup in Wayscript, giving you automatic visibility into the health of all of your dev environments and applications. And now I want to talk about AI and AIOps, but I'm going to try to avoid the whole round of buzzword bingo why I do it, because when someone says AI these days, they're usually talking about a bunch of if-else statements in a trench coat. Those little rascals. So what does that say about AIOps? In this case of New Relic, it says we're focused on helping you find and fix problems, but not show a bunch of fancy dashboards that impress executives, but don't tell you much that matters. It starts by analyzing the incoming data and highlighting anomalies right out of the gate. It also means having the ability to aggregate that data by using a sliding scale window. So you can look for those anomalies within a larger or smaller window of time, depending on your application, the platform, and your specific circumstances. And it goes a bit farther. You can use the NERD graph API to create workflows to test, update, list, or filter and delete alerts. We've added threshold operators that are more powerful, precise, and focused. And you can create rules that automatically mute notifications on specific elements or entire applications, because sometimes the last thing you need is unwanted noise. And finally, we all understand and accept that despite our best efforts, issues are still going to happen. And after all the dust settles, AIOps can automatically collect the event, metric, and metadata related to that issue, including the impact level, timeline of events, associated issues, background, root cause, and recover actions that were taken. You can learn more about our improvements to AIOps in the show notes. And that's all we have time for this month. Thank you for joining me for the uptime. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.